Mr. Ackerman, you are sentenced to 12 life sentences. You are sentenced to 5 years imprisonment on each of the attempted murder counts. In terms of Section 280 of the Criminal Procedure Act, I order that the sentences on the 8 counts of attempted murder should run concurrently. 15. Concerning counts 1 to 253, the pornographic images which were found on the accused's cellular phone, the prosecution submitted that the accused should be sentenced to 10 years for each count. This would imply that the sentence which ought to be imposed would be 2,530 years, which Mr. Albert submitted would merely be for show purposes. Mr. Albert submitted that such a sentence would be impractical, as the accused would have to serve the rest of his natural life in prison. He submitted that the court should impose a sentence taking into account the cumulative effect of the punishment, and order that the sentences run concurrently with the life sentences. 16. I am of the view to impose 10 years for each count in respect of counts 1 to 253 would be imposing a Methuselah-like sentence. In the circumstances, I am of the view that these counts should be treated for sentencing purposes jointly, as opposed to sentencing the accused on each of the 253 counts. The accused is sentenced to 25 years imprisonment on counts 1 to 253. 17. Counts 264 to counts 640 relate to pornographic material which was retrieved from the accused's computer. The accused testified that he was unaware of the images of the young boys performing lewd acts such as fellatio and other acts. He suggested that the boys who lived with him posted these images onto his computer. The court rejected this version. Once again, the prosecution requested that the maximum period of imprisonment be imposed on the accused on these counts. I have decided to follow the same approach in sentencing on these counts as I did in respect of counts 1 to 253. These counts are taken as one for the purposes of sentencing, and the accused is sentenced to 25 years imprisonment on these counts. 18. Counts 640, 641, 642, 643, and 645. These counts concern child pornography or pursuing child pornography. The accused was instrumental in making videos of the victims which he distributed to his clients. He is sentenced to 4 years imprisonment on each count. I ordered that these sentences on these counts should be served concurrently with each other. 19. Counts 650, 651, 652, 653, and 733 related to charges whereby the accused benefited from child victims. The accused arranged for these children to participate in activities whereby he received the benefit from their actions in massaging or engaging in lewd sexual activities with his clients. He promoted this illicit business and made a living by the exploitation of the activities performed by the children. He is convicted on these counts and is sentenced to 5 years imprisonment on each count. Once again, I order that the sentences in respect of these counts be served concurrently. 20. Count 654 relates to the accused using his premises as a brothel. On this count, he is sentenced to 3 years imprisonment. This sentence should be served concurrently with the sentences imposed in respect of counts 651, 652, 653, and 733. Paragraph 21. Counts 661, 662, 663, and 735 relate to unlawfully promoting Schedule 2 offences. These counts are taken as one for the purposes of sentencing, and is sentenced to 12 months on each count. 22. Counts 650, 666, 668, and 670 relate to rape and compelled rape. You are sentenced to 10 years imprisonment on each of these counts. I order that these sentences on count 668 and 670 to run concurrently with the sentence imposed on count 665. 23. Counts 713, 714, 715, 716, 717, 718, 719, 720, and 721 relate to the accused exposing his genitalia. These counts relate to the incidents at the Dagama Kloof and the Aquatic Club, where the accused loitered around naked in the cloakrooms, having an erection in the presence of the young boys. These counts also include those incidences where the accused was, in inverted commas, teaching, close inverted commas, the boys to perform massages when they were naked, and he showed them how to perform the so-called happy endings. Will you please put your hand down? Will you kindly put your hand down? I've told you time and time again that you are not to address me directly, and if you want to say anything, you must wait until I'm finished. I will give your counsel an opportunity to speak to you so that he can then address me. This is not a school where you can just lift your hands when you feel you have the urge to do so. Apart from it being distracting, it is rude. He is sentenced to 1 year imprisonment on each of these counts. 24. Count 7 to 8, malicious damage to property. This count relates to the accused damaging the boom gate at the Aquatic Club. He is sentenced to 3 months imprisonment, which is fully suspended for 3 years on condition that he does not commit a similar offence during the period of suspension. 25. Count 723, 724, 725, 726, and 727. These are counts where the accused instructed and directed the victims to make videos which he sent to Paul Kennedy. He directed the victims to fondle their private parts and to make sexually suggestive videos whilst they were naked. Paul Kennedy paid a fee for these videos. He is sentenced to 5 years imprisonment on each of these counts. It is ordered that these sentences in respect of these counts should be served concurrently. 26. The accused, having been sentenced to 12 life sentences, will in essence serve 1 life sentence. It follows that all the sentences in respect of the other counts will run concurrently with that sentence. As to when the accused would be released from prison, it is an aspect which will fall within the domain of correctional services and the commissioner and the parole board. I have nothing to do with that. 27. Finally, I order that the provisions of section 120 sub 2 of the Children's Act, that the accused be declared unfit to deal with children. That is a judgment of this court.